Hello my Voodoo lovers and welcome back to BOODULUV Paranormal Storytime. I'm your host, BOODULUV. Today's paranormal storytime is about my paranormal experience in Salem, Massachusetts. Before we start, I just want to say that the lenses that I'm wearing are the Hydrocore Topacios from Solotica, and you can get these at www.paranalentes.com, and you can use my discount code BOODULUV to save yourself a 10% at checkout. Okay guys, so I went to Salem, Massachusetts with my parents and my grandmother. So it was a very, very interesting experience because they get scared of anything. And they decided to go, well actually my dad accepted to go with me on a ghost tour. But besides the ghost tour, I went off on my own and I took pictures on my own, and that's what we're gonna talk about. There's gonna be a lot of evidence in this video and as well as sketches. Okay, so I definitely knew about the haunted history of Salem, Massachusetts, as well as I'm sure all of you guys out there are familiar with Salem, Massachusetts. It is notorious, of course, for their witch hunts. And besides that, it is literally one of the most haunted cities in the world. No joke. So while in Salem, we stayed in the Nathaniel Hawthorne Hotel, which is literally one of the most haunted locations in the United States. It's a pricey hotel, but it's historic. This hotel is literally gorgeous. It takes you back in time to that 17th century old world Salem. And the hallways were so freaking beautiful, but creepy. Like every time I went to get ice, and every time my dad went to get ice, we would feel like someone was following us. And it was just really creepy. And the top floor of that hotel, if you stay there and you ask, the top floor of that hotel is completely closed off to the public because allegedly a lot of hauntings have happened there. And people have, in the past, they've been hurt. That's what one of the workers there told me, that it is notorious for its hauntings. Okay, so the places to definitely visit while you're in Salem are the Witch House, Jonathan Corwin House. And I did get a lot of orbs from that. The other place to visit is a Bearing Point Cemetery. That's a cemetery with tons of activity. And definitely the Nathaniel Hawthorne Hotel. And there's a house that's adjacent to the Nathaniel Hawthorne Hotel, which is extremely, extremely haunted. So the first stop on my haunted Salem trip was, besides the Nathaniel Hawthorne Hotel, was the house that was adjacent to it's like this mansion. And it was so freaky. I've never felt this before. I was walking up the doorsteps, and once I hit the last doorstep, this huge energy just freaking blocked me. And it's like this, I don't know, fear, paralyzing, shivering fear that I've never ever felt before. It was kind of screaming out to me, don't you dare come into my space. And I was like, okay. And then I ran down the stairs to my mom and I was like, Mom, let's get out of here. I'm not into this house. This is creeping me out. So later on that night, one of the tour guides told me that in that house, there's some really bad juju because the owners of that house, actually the owner of the house, was killed by his daughter because allegedly her father wanted to marry her off to a wealthy gentleman and she was in love with someone else. She was so mad and so upset at her father that she literally killed him because it was the only way that she could be with her lover. And I was like, I told my mom, oh my God, I can't believe this, that I actually felt this energy. It was so bad, and I actually, in my mind, I saw this girl with long blonde hair and she was young and she was very, very mean. Literally, she did not want me there. I was like, I can't believe that I actually felt that. I felt her psychic energy, and that's actually what she looked like. She was really, really pretty. So in my investigations, I found lots of orbs and I actually saw a solid female. And I captured this on camera. This has been one of my best ghost pics that I've ever taken. Okay guys, so when you see the orbs in the pictures, I just want to explain something really quick. Orbs can be, yes, they can be particles of dust in the air or particles of dew. But if they have density and if they have a nucleus, and if they have a mass, they are bright, brighter than a freaking moon, that is something paranormal. And I will say that light captures light. It is very hard for the human eye to see what's in the veil. or what we call the fourth dimension. We can feel it, we can experience it, but a lot of us can't just see it at will unless spirit is wanting to show us. So these orbs, you're gonna notice a difference of dust particles, and you're gonna notice a difference of a legit huge orb. So the brighter the orb, of course it has more energy. But if you get an orb that's like red or dark brown, that is more negative. So the color red has a spectrum of anger, passion, and it's not really like a super high vibration like white or clear blue ultraviolet light, but it's one of anger. And if it was at the witch house, I'm assuming that maybe one of those spirits, maybe it could be a vengeful spirit, or a spirit that was very, very angry, that was judged and killed. So like I said before, it wasn't only me that experienced paranormal things or feelings. My parents and my grandmother actually never felt this intensity in the environment of a city. You can cut the tension and the creepiness with a knife. Salem is a gorgeous city. It's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. But still, it has an aura, a vibe, a heavy vibe that just lies heavy on you. And you'll feel this. It's a great city on Halloween. It's like vibrant and everything, but I don't know. It's just, you know, that every city has like a soul, a heart. It was just creepy. Okay, so my first stop in Salem was the Nathaniel Hawthorne Hotel. Second stop was that adjacent house that I told you guys about. My third stop was a cemetery. So during the cemetery walkthrough, there was a building off to the side that I saw a shadow person, and I wasn't the only one who captured the shadow person. Other people also captured the same shadow person in their pictures. So it wasn't just me, and there was literally nothing there. There was like no shadow, there was no shadow being cast. So this was something obviously paranormal. Moving along through the tour, I keep taking pictures of the cemetery and of the tombs, and all of a sudden I see this figure, and I was the only one that captured it. She was wearing a hoodie, a red hoodie. She had her hair up and she had a white skirt. She looked pretty contemporary, and she was looking like somber, and she had kind of like a gash, like a gunshot wound on the left side of her head. Looks like she was just either looking at me or straight on. It was very, very awkward. So then we move along the tour and we stop by this house, which is a 17th century home. Nowadays, it's the archaeology department of Salem. So this is very interesting because there were orbs, definitely, solid orbs. The story goes that this house is cursed because the family that owned that house back in the 17th century, the father killed the mother and killed his kids and set the house on fire. Allegedly, it was demonic and it was witchcraft. So the archaeology department closed off upstairs. I think it was a second floor, third floor, because 2 people died of heart attacks while walking up those steps. So they blocked it off for their own safety. After those incidents, and after they closed it, other people had tightening of the chest, they had chest pain, kind of like angina or asthma attacks. It was getting crazy. So that's why they had to close it off. Okay, one particular thing happened that was really impactful on my stay there. I brought back, remember the girl I was talking to you about? The girl that appeared in my picture? So she came back with me, and it was for a good reason. She was trying to tell me, basically yell at me and get my attention. What happened to her? Her story. Remember I said that it looks like she had a gash on her head? Well, she died of a gunshot wound. I saw her spirit came to me. I woke up, I was sleeping, I literally woke up because I felt like this energy pulling me. When I woke up, I saw her. She was right at my doorway. This girl was literally yelling at me, screaming. I woke up, it was her. She had the exact same red hoodie. She had the white mini skirt, denim skirt, looked like denim. And she had this gash on the left side of her head. So basically what she told me, this all happens to me telepathically. Like, if spirit wants to show itself, I see them and they tell me telepathically what happened. She got shot. She was working. It looked like a gas station, like a convenience store. She got shot in the head and she was very, very sad. It makes me almost like want to cry because she was just really sad because her time got cut off short and she wanted to go to medical school. She wanted to be a doctor or a nurse. It was something in the medical field, but she didn't get to fulfill that. And I have a responsibility, and I think all ghost adventurers and psychics, mediums, have a responsibility. If you are trying to communicate or even trying to take pictures of them, we have to remember they were people just like us. And sometimes they just want to tell their story in order for them to move on. And I'm here to tell her story. And I know she moved on that night because I told her it's okay, you know, you're going to a better place. It's okay. It's fine. You're okay. I hear you and I understand you. It's gonna be fine. And then all that energy was like really angry energy, but sad energy at the same time. All that toned down and she had a smile on her face. And I didn't feel her anymore. So that makes me believe that she crossed over. Okay guys, so this trip to Salem definitely impacted my life, especially with this last story that I told you guys. It is a very psychic town. It has a lot of karmic energy. And I highly recommend going to Salem, Massachusetts. If you can go for Halloween, go, but it's packed at Halloween. I went in the summer, it was summertime. So I definitely recommend going to Salem. It is beautiful, even if you're not a paranormal aficionado or psychic or medium. I definitely recommend going to Salem and definitely visit the places that I told you guys because they're awesome. I hope you enjoyed my paranormal story time, and trust me, there is a lot more to come. My next paranormal story time, I will be talking about Savannah, Georgia. My haunting experience in Savannah, Georgia. Now that, my friends, was also a trip to remember. Very haunted city. Okay guys, so don't forget to hit the bell next to the subscribe button. Don't forget to subscribe and then hit the bell on the subscribe button. So the bell is very important because it notifies you of my new videos, of when I upload my new videos, so you guys won't skip a beat. Okay guys, so don't forget to subscribe, like if you like this, and leave comments below. Definitely this is an open forum and I want you guys to share your paranormal experiences with me. Love you guys, bye.